Hey lovelies, hope you've been keeping well and keeping safe and staying warm in this cold weather. It's dampening our spirits a little bit, but we're still fighting on. I hope you're also eating healthy, exercising. I am not. I'm still yet to find a routine as I'm struggling, as you've all noticed, in posting consistent YouTube video because I have a lot going on in the office, at home, the kids. I think having the kids home for all those months, it's finally catching up on me and I'm getting a bit tired. So I'm struggling to find a balance, but I hope you're doing a better job than me, eating your fruits, eating healthy, maintaining social distance, and all in leaving the house when necessary because you need to take care of yourself and the people around you. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my own personal transformation, how I transformed from this over here to what you see today. Many people don't know my journey of how I lost weight. I went back to study image consultancy, and just the journey I've walked for the last, I think, 29 minus 35, the last 6 years to where I am today. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. If any of you are out there and want to transform themselves, or what people nowadays call the glow up, that's what I'm going to explain to you today, how I did it myself and how it happened. So 6 years ago, I woke up and I did not like what I saw in the mirror. I was 96 kilos. I was tired, exhausted. I had forgotten how to take care of myself. I had let myself go by virtue of being a mom to stepchildren, my own child, just having a big family, from being 22 single and alone to being in this big home, having to have responsibilities, taking care of everyone. It's a blended family, so the dynamics are crazy. We struggled a lot to find our balance. So I think through that, I lost track of who I am, what I wanted in life, and I ended up just being another mom, typical mom who's making everyone happy around her except herself. And I decided to change what I saw through the mirror and to slowly go back to find who I was and what I wanted for myself in life. Yeah, forgive my nail, guys. I need to get it removed. That's why I have sellotape, so I'll get it removed tomorrow. So I'll go to the step that I took myself personally. I know when people want to do transformation or feel like they need to change up their life, it's because something happened in their lives. It could be they became mothers, they changed jobs, they suffered a loss, someone passed on, they went through a hard time, maybe sickness, maybe struggling with relationships, a divorce, or maybe you're changing careers. There's always a reason why someone would want a transformation. Like I said, my reasons were, like I said in the beginning. For myself personally, I started the transformation by losing weight because I was obese, mildly obese. And so I started eating healthy, exercising until I reached the weight that the doctor wanted for him to perform the mini gastric bypass. So that part of my life in terms of losing weight was sorted. I started losing weight, exercising to avoid to have loose skin, and then I moved on from my weight loss to seeking therapy because I had gone through a lot for so many years. I needed to seek therapy, let go, forgive, let go of the past. I still go for therapy even now. It's not easy, but I went through therapy because I didn't want to just work on myself outside and then not take care of myself from the inside, because the point of a transformation is to transform your whole self internally and externally, so that they both match. So after I lost weight, went for therapy, I now was at a place to say, okay, let me work on my outside, which meant my clothes and my own style. So I started by figuring out what body type I had. How do I say, like now where I have the knowledge of image consultancy, I just went on the website, so different body shape, the features, and I figured that at that moment I was a pair, which I still am. I was just a bigger pair then. So then I started to now look for clothes to dress my part. And at that time, to be honest, guys, unlike today where I know my colors, I didn't know colors. And that's why I always say when I went for my image consultancy course, it was an eye-opener. I remember I had this orange mustard pantsuit. It will also be here. I used to think it was flattering and I used to love it. I used to think it makes my skin pop. And to be honest, guys, that was the wrong color for me. So I was only able to figure out color maybe a year and a half ago when I went for my course. So what I did for me, I just figured my body type I started looking for clothes that match my body type, and then I wanted to figure out what was my personal style. What image do I want to portray? And my personal style had to match with my lifestyle, with my personality, with how I wanted people to view me, and also with my daily activities, and where I wanted to go in life. So I decided, let me go to Pinterest, open up a board, and start picking pictures that of women who wear like I would like to wear. And then after doing a bit of research, after going to my wardrobe and looking and seeing what I tend to get drawn to, I realized that my style personally is elegant, is timeless and classic. And so that meant for me, I have to shop for things that are not necessarily trendy. It's also for me it's about good quality, things that last and stand the test of time. And also it means that I don't shop too much on trendy stuff, as in what is on trend. I will sometimes tend to mix my classics with trendy items, but most of my items are classic, which meant also my colors were just the classic colors. I had nude, I had navy blue, black, red, a white, a bit of green. So that's how I started now coming up with my own personal style. And I was very conscious in terms of, I would write everything down in a notebook. I would open notes on my phone and note down the colors that I want, what I wanted. I'd go to my wardrobe and I remember when I started purging and removing everything from my wardrobe, my sister-in-law will attest to it. I let go of like 4 suitcases full of clothes. Some even still had tags because I realized it's not my style. Also might not fit me, they become a bit big. Some of them, the quality was not good. So I started my wardrobe, let's say, basically from scratch. So what I did is every time I travel, I'd plan what I'm going to buy. If it's jackets, I make sure I know what kind of jacket, the color, the quality, the price range. So I shop slowly by slowly, and within 2 years, I had a very wide variety of clothes, which meant that I did not have to stress about clothes. Meaning I had clothes that I could wear if I was called for a business meeting, if it is smart casual, if it is over the weekend, if it is for church, if it is for a wedding, if it is for cocktails, if it is for dinner. So what I did, I bought clothes according to such, in those categories. So I had clothes for every occasion. Even right now, my friends always joke when they say, Kathy invited me for an event and I say I don't have clothes. They say, you always have clothes. But guys, it didn't happen automatically. I planned. And then I also learned in terms of the shop, which shops also sell my personal style. And that's why you find I'm very drawn to like Karen Millen, I'm drawn to like Coast. Maybe in the States, I'm drawn to New York and Company, I'm drawn to Warehouse, JC Crew, because those are shops that sell clothes that are timeless, of good quality, elegant clothes, and also clothes that match my silhouette. Because also you have to understand the clothes have to complement your body type. So those shops also matched my personal style. In terms of clothes, also I started researching on how I can organize my wardrobe in a way that I'm able to see everything I have. So let me give you an example. So definitely as women, we never have enough closet space. So what I did is I divided my clothes into separate wardrobes. Like, let's say my dresses in one wardrobe, my skirts, my tops, my shorts, and then I use different hangers. For example, if it's dresses, they're white, if it's shirts, they're blue, if it's pants, they're black. So that way I'm able to see everything I have. And if I have not worn something for the last 6 to 1 year, it's out, I'm giving it away. Which as I've over time, like right now, I can assure you something, there's nothing I buy and I don't wear, because already now I've mastered myself, and I don't buy out of excitement. I buy because I need it or have planned for it, or I'm buying because I know an occasion might come. So in your transformation in terms of shopping and figuring out your personal style, you have to be very, very organized. I write a lot of my things. I also translated it in terms to my shoes. Like you all know, I have very big feet and I'm flat-footed. So for me, shoes also have to be of good quality and also are comfortable to wear. I started identifying where to buy shoes. So you find I'll go to Russell and Bromley, I'll go to for my brogues, I'll go to Churches to get nice brogues. I'll go to, where else? There's Nine West. I just make sure that my shoes are of good quality. And do I have colors that can match with everything in my wardrobe? I mean, do I have the whites, the blacks, the navy blue, the nudes, the maroon, the red. Rarely will you see me go buying a yellow shoe or a luminous green shoe, because I know I won't wear it with many outfits. I want that my wardrobe to be functional, and for my wardrobe to enable me to not feel like every time I have an event or something I have to run out of the door to go buy something new. And that's also the way I shop for my luxury items in terms of bags. I did a video on that, it's also linked over here. It shows you how I plan to buy my things. So I know that I'll want maybe a Chanel boy bag in red, I'll want maybe another YSL bag in navy blue. So that's also how I shop in terms of my bags. I also focused on when my travel wear, my gym wear, because your personal style translates across board. Your personal style does not mean Monday to Friday when you're going to work. It means also the weekend. It also means your gym clothes. So you've all seen, guys, I like matching my gym clothes. If I'm wearing a black top, maybe a gray top, black pants, I also have gray shoes. So I just like looking my personal style to come across in everything I wear. If it's my hat, it's black. That also reflected in terms of my undergarments. I started buying quality undergarments, well-fitted bra, well-fitted underwear. In terms of shapewear, which I normally tend not to wear because I'm yet to find the perfect shapewear, because I want a shapewear that is comfortable, that doesn't rise up, that doesn't show bumps, doesn't show lines. So if you guys know anywhere I can get very comfortable, elegant shapewear, please let me know. I'm searching for shapewear. So now my clothes are sorted, and I have a wardrobe which is filled with essentials. And that is key, guys. Start with your essentials in your wardrobe, your closet essentials. I have a video which I have related closet essentials. I'll do an updated one this year before the year ends. Start with your closet essentials, then build up to the rest. Build up to weddings, dinner, cocktails. Your essentials are key. After I'd figured out my wardrobe, I moved to my skin, and skin meant really my face. And I suffer from dry skin, so I started looking for facials that can help me with dry skin products. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos, Akina Jackie Ena, there are many people, Nicole, there's so many. I watch them, even Kenyan YouTubers who talk about skin, Maureen Bandari, John, there are so many YouTubers who talk about skin. I actually struggled in the beginning to find YouTubers who talk about dry skin, because most people have oily skin. So it took me time, but I found them, and whatever products I recommended, I tried them out, and I can say that now I have a skincare regime. It's not perfect, it's work in progress, that actually works. Because for you to add makeup onto your skin underneath has to be healthy, has to be glowing, and also your skin underneath has to be taken care of. So I worked with my skin underneath, and then now I moved to, and all these guys are in my video. You've seen how I do hydrofacials, how I go for my IV, how I've done my microblading. What else? I haven't done Botox yet, guys. So yeah, I took care of my skin underneath. Then I moved on to makeup. I was those kind of people who travel, and I have a drawer full of makeup. People who know me in Zilani will tell you I have all kinds of products. Laura Mercier, NARS, Huda Beauty, MAC, Clinique. Try to think of anything else. I've never been a fan of Fenty. I had all things. There's nothing I wouldn't try. Black Up, Black Opal, Makeup Forever. And then now I realized, you know what? I need to find what works for me in terms of my foundation, which means for me I have to have foundations that have yellow undertones, foundations that are glowing. I can't do foundations that make my skin matte, because I also don't like that matte look. I had to figure out what eyebrow pencil works for me, and for me it's the Brow Benefit eye pencil. I had to figure out what mascara works, what lipstick works, and you guys have seen the video of Laura Mercier. So what I post, guys, is actually my transformation and how I've come about, and slowly by slowly I'm where I am. When people look at me and say, Kathy, how did you know all these things? It took me a conscious decision to start working on myself and investing on myself. So I started investing in makeup, like I said, all those dimensions of makeup, and now I think me and my makeup artists are in a good place where we know what works and what doesn't work. I'm currently looking for a brand called Derma Blend, which I need because it has amazing concealers for under the eyes and around the mouth. In terms of concealers, I think for me it's Derma Blend and Huda Beauty. If you guys know any that work also with dry skin, let me know. So that's in terms of makeup. And then I moved from my makeup into my hair, and People actually used to think that I don't have a hair under my wigs. I do. I have very thin hair. Yeah, that's the quality of my hair. I don't know if it's 4C, I've never tested. It's thin, but it grows very fast. I cut my hair in December and now it's long. So my hair doesn't have body. I have a small head, so I prefer my hair to have body. And so I've invested in wigs for many years, guys. Even before wigs came about and wig stores, I used to order my wigs from the States, from the UK, from Caremax, from RPG Show Wig, My First Wig, so many places. But then eventually wigs came to Kenya, and so now I don't have to bother traveling to buy unless when I want something special. So I prefer wigs than weaves because then they don't pull my hairline, and also I can ensure I have neat lines underneath, and wigs also give me that flexibility that I can wake up and today I want to be Beyonce, today I want to be Rihanna, and still rock the look. I'm not good with hair that requires me to go to the salon all the time. I've put a video on how to take care of your wigs, so wigs work for me. And it doesn't mean that I don't like my natural hair. I'm not proud of my natural hair. I just prefer wigs for the moment. I'm currently trying rice water and all the products you guys told me about, ensuring that my hair has body. Let's see how that goes. I'm not as consistent because I'm more good at doing home care, so I carry them to the salon, which I go once a month. After hair, I move to my jewelry. I'm not a jewelry person, as you guys have noticed. I don't even wear my wedding rings. I don't like jewelry like African jewelry or beads. I focus on metals, and my metals are usually gold or rose gold because those are the metals that match my skin tone. And so normally you find me with studs or pearls. I don't like hanging earrings or a nice delicate chain. Of late I bumped into this account called Ana Luisa. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, Ana Luisa or Ana Louise. They sell very dainty gold pieces, and that's what I want to invest in. I have a few. I tend to lose them. That's why I don't have a nose ring, because I also wear small gold ones. I tend to lose them, so I want to start just building a collection. So that's my kind of jewelry. I like them small, dainty, elegant, and not too on your face. I'm still trying to find pearls that I can invest in that are not too much on your face. I don't like the really big ones. So that's just a breakdown of my outward, you know, my clothes, makeup, jewelry. When it comes also to your jewelry, ensure that it matches your personal style. In terms of does it match my lifestyle, my clothes do have to match my lifestyle. I'm a mom at the end of the day. I have to, there's no code, but I like my personal style. I like to be decent. I don't like short things, anything above my knee. Also, I don't like showing off my legs. Clothes that I'm comfortable with if I'm going to school for a sports day. Clothes I'm comfortable with to shop. Clothes I'm comfortable with if Mike says we go for dinner, if I'm meeting my friends for cocktail. So I find my way of making them funky in my own way. It could be in the colors, it could be in a cut, it could be the way they hold my body, but your clothes have to match your lifestyle, ladies. Remember that. So ladies, now I'll move into grooming, and grooming means your nails, your feet, your teeth, your skin also. And that's grooming comes in terms of I now started to take more care of my nails. So like, you know, I like mine just natural Russian manicure. I like them just short and nice level. I don't like them too long, which also matches with my theme of elegance and timeless and classic. My colors are usually red, nude. I moved away from the yellow, green, where your hand has different polish on different fingers. So you can see, guys, my transformation. It's in everything. And then I also now learned about waxing, about laser, and now I moved away from laser. Now I moved away, sorry guys, from waxing. Now I do laser under my armpits, down there. And also I found ways that you could, natural remedies at home that can help you with your underarm not to be dark, which I use lemon, baking soda once in a while. For my teeth, guys, I'm just genetically blessed with good teeth, and I am, touch wood, I never have issues. I also don't take sweet soft drinks or juices. So what I do is I whiten my teeth. You have videos also on that. I whiten my teeth twice a year. I clean my teeth every 3 months. I take mints. I ensure to avoid foods that can make my mouth dry, to have bad breath. So that was my general grooming in a nutshell. And then I moved to my career. You guys know I was a biochemist, and then I touched a bit on CFA, and then now I did my master's in organizational development, and then I was a kindergarten teacher. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I really want to focus on transforming women's lives, and that's why I started image consultancy. And I think everything in life has a reason, and when I look back, I think God wanted me to be here. I didn't know the plan at the beginning, but I never gave up. And so in terms of transformation, I went for many courses, and I'm still going for many courses because I want to be AIC accredited. So work on yourself personally in terms of your career. See what courses you can take, what you can change, what you can tweak, what networks you need. If the courses are not available in Kenya, save and plan to travel like I did. And just even change jobs, send CVs. If there are people who also want to quit their job, save up before you quit, have a plan, find a place where you can learn about finances. Nowadays there's autonomy. You can learn about how to run a business, how you can learn in terms of profit and loss, accounting, how to pay taxes. So for me, my life's experiences have allowed me to at least have a knowledge of that. I had a shop once, so I know how to run a shop, how to pay taxes and stuff like that. So when it comes to transformation, also your career plays a part in that. And that's my short transformation in terms of my career. Another transformation maybe you guys do not know, I'm not an extrovert, I'm an introvert. So it's very hard for me to come out and even do YouTube videos or even talk in public. But I've had to work on that because that's my platform of sharing my knowledge and educating people. So I've had to read books. The other day I started listening to podcasts on public speaking. I also want to enroll in a course for public speaking this year. And just trying to get out of my comfort zone, trying to get out of my box. Because if I don't get out of my box and try new things, I will never know and I will never learn. So my transformation was to nudge myself and to also have my friends around me. Like Mike personally nudges me a lot. My kids, my friends who tell me, Kathy, you said by this time next year you'll be doing this. Have you done it? So that also helps. And to be honest, guys, I can't credit all to myself. There has been my team at the office who pushed me. There has been my people at home. They pushed me to get where I am. And I remember last week I posted a post and said, you can't say that you're the one who makes yourself. You know, you have other people who support you. So I pushed myself out of my comfort zone. My friends, my team pushed me. And so that's why I'm here today. And that's, in a nutshell, my transformation. And I hope you guys watch the videos to see clearly that the transformation took time, it took commitment, it took me to be honest with myself, it took me to say, you know, I want to invest in myself, I want to put myself first, I want to take care of myself, I matter. And it took me also accepting that I need help. And so I reached out to the people I needed to reach out. And even now, I'm still work in progress, ladies. And just know that wherever you are, if you feel stuck, there's always a way you can come out. Ladies, I hope you've enjoyed the video and you have learned something about transforming yourself. And that's why I came up with Image Redefined, because I wanted to transform people's life just like I transformed myself. And I know that now I'm a more happier person. I am more energetic to take care of my family. I know where I'm going. I also don't feel like I'm giving too much and getting nothing in return. So ladies out there, men also, if you want to transform yourself in terms of your image, that's why we are here at Image Redefined. We can do that for you. We'll walk through the steps. Anything that I cannot do, for example, in terms of therapy, in terms of grooming, I will point you to the right direction because I know the people who do it. That's my job. I will help you at least achieve that 360 transformation. I will urge you guys to be patient with yourself, to be kind to yourself and to forgive yourself, because even when you come to me for a transformation, I want you to have already forgiven yourself and also to be at that place where you're ready. And that's what we do at Image Redefined, guys. The link is below in the description box. If you have any inquiries, please send us an email and we'll get in touch. And until next time, guys, subscribe, like, share, and bye-bye.